Ladies and gentlemen, day 3 of the Washington Commanders training camp session is here. I know I haven't covered this team yet, but I have gotten permission to use some of the highlights from camp. So we'll be doing and covering this Commander team a little bit throughout the next couple of weeks here for training camp. So don't you guys worry. The film's going to be a little bit limited. I'm not going to be able to show you everything. So keep that in mind. We'll go through what we can watch and we'll do what we can do. But with that being said, we got all the news, the notes, some highlights, observations from practice. Before we dive in, make sure you guys go follow the reporters that do enable us to watch these videos and make these videos. Without them, they're not possible to make. So go give them a follow on Twitter X for the same information. You guys can get it on your own time if you want to. Now, with that being said, let's kind of dive into today's kind of episode of the Washington Commanders. Comment down below, who are a couple of guys that you think could have a massive impact on this team? Keep in mind, Terry McLaurin is out. Wide receivers, someone who has to step up. Is it Debo? Is it Luke McAffrey? Who steps up at the wide receiver position? Let's kind of dive into today's update. Now, one player who's been putting in a lot of work so far this offseason has been Michael Gallup. He's wearing number 12 there, right next to Debo Samuel. It feels like these two guys have been, really building a connection together, but also, and more importantly, just working. These guys want to be big factors on this team, and sadly, while McLaurin's out, someone has to step up again. So Michael Gallup is another one of those guys in this question or in this debate of who's going to be the next guy up, who's going to allow this team to be better in the wide receiver room. It looks like Noah Brown might even miss the season. I think he might have tore his ACL or something in OTAs and mandatory minicamp. So right now you got Debo, you got Luke, you got Jalen Lane, the 4th round pick of this season. He could be a massive impact on this team. We also have Chris Moore, Ja'Cory Brooks, okay? I wanted to mention Ja'Cory Brooks. Guys, if you don't know who that is, get to know him, okay? He is dominating. I haven't been covering this team too much, but from what I have seen, Ja'Cory Brooks is the next man up. He has 3 touchdowns over the past 2 days in 11s, in team drills, not versus air, versus the defense. And he is someone that is really starting to improve. So, Ja'Cory Brooks, keep your eye on him, at least today. Now, speaking of the wide receivers, here are some reps right here. And again, if you guys aren't following Mitchell here, make sure you guys go follow him, man. Does such a good job covering this team. Let's actually go through some of these reps here. So, first off, we have Luke McAffrey getting his rep in. I think we only have a couple, right? This is just trying to see with that, or catch without being able to see fully, right? You turn a corner, the ball's there, right? You got to be able to adjust in moments. You have to have good instinct. So this is kind of what they're working on here. You're not really seeing great. Look at right here. You have no idea what this ball is. So they're working on the ability to, boom, come out of nowhere and catch that football. Because in the NFL, in actual games, this happens a lot. Especially when you're crossing the middle of the field, right? They're in, let's just say, a cover 3 buzz where you have 2 hook curls over the middle of the field. All right, when you cross the backside of a linebacker, sometimes they fit that ball right in between two linebackers. So you got to be ready. And again, that's what kind of this drill is kind of working on, being able to catch without being able to see fully the entire time. So again, good rep here by Luke McCaffrey, toe tapping, getting his feet in bounds. I think he's going to have a big role in this team this year, especially if McLaurin's out. A lot of wide receiver footage here today. Now, right now, they're working on a little bit. Wait, hold on. Isn't Noah Brown injured? Why is his number right here? This not Noah Brown? Let me know in the comments, because I am almost positive Noah Brown is injured. I could be mistaken, though. Let me know if I'm incorrect here. But they're working a lot on wide receiver screens, and we know that this team likes to run these screens, especially when you have Debo and you have Jalen Lane, guys who can move after the catch. I think McLaurin makes them a lot more dynamic and unpredictable at times. But right here, we're going to see the wide receiver boom out here. We're going to smoke screen this thing. And again, when you have these one-on-one situations, love it, right? Who is this? That's not Noah Brown, is it? Someone tell me who 85 is. I could have sworn that Noah Brown was out for the year or got injured at some point. Again, I could be completely wrong. You guys will let me know. You guys are always nice about it. But, yep, just working on these quick screens, blocking, and going. And then whenever you get that block right in real time, you still have a one-on-one. Because even though he went to go block your cornerback, you still have his cornerback to beat, right? So, or if they're in zone, right? If they're in a deep 3 or deep third, again, you got a one-on-one opportunity there. So those screens, very, very productive. And I think with Debo here, I think he's going to be a guy that is utilized a lot as the pass catcher in those because he's so good after the catch. Now, my favorite part of this football team is the defense, and more importantly, the DB room. You have Marshawn Lattimore, who is going to continue to grow within his role. He's going to continue to get acclimated here after being traded midseason. But you also add Jonathan Jones, who is fast, a speed demon on the outside. Played with New England for a long time. Also was at Auburn. This dude's got quick electricity for feet. I mean, this dude's fast, right? You also have Mike Sainristil wearing number 0 here. They used him as an outside boundary corner last year, but he is home at nickel in the slot. Now, again, he can play both. Don't get me wrong. He can literally do both. But man, is he going to be good in the nickel because he's a fearless tackler. Very quick, very instinctual. And I think because he's in the nickel, because he's in the slot, I think he's going to be able to force a lot of turnovers. I think he's going to be able to make a lot of plays because he's so close to the football at all times. Now, you can also blitz him from the nickel role. And because he got that speed, I think he's going to be utilized in a lot of different areas. But it is cool seeing these guys working together. Marshawn Lattimore, Mike Sainristil. We see Jonathan Jones. You draft Trey Amos, who's outside boundary corner. So if Jonathan Jones isn't the guy they want him to be on the outside boundary because he's not the biggest guy in the world either, you have Trey Amos, who's a freak. He's an absolute freak. He's wearing 23. I don't see him right now out there, but again, looks like Marshawn Lattimore gets sad about that rep right there. But hey, before we get any further, make sure you guys follow the reporters, 1, but 2, make sure you guys hit that like button. If we get over, let's say 500 likes on this video, we will be posting non-stop Commander updates throughout all of training camp, preseason, breaking down the all 22 coaches film for you guys, but also regular season as well. So make sure you guys join the family. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel. I know you guys can't see it. Subscribe, yes. Free. Doesn't cost anything. Join the family if you haven't already done so, because there's a lot more news, notes, highlights, observations coming out for you guys. I'm happy we got kind of permission to use these because I really wanted to cover the Commanders. Haven't been able to. Now we're here. Let's go. Again, I want to give a massive shout out to Mitchell here. Dude, guys, I promise you it will feel like you're at practice if you go follow him. He did a good job today, literally saying what was happening during 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s. Now, the reason we don't have film for that is because they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to post. They're not allowed to video, tape any of the 11-on-11 and 7-on-7 portion of practice. If there's fans there, then maybe you'll see some leaks here and there. But for the most part, very cut and dry. You're not allowed to do that. So what we do have is Mikey Sainristil, just talking about him. Now, went high stepping down the sideline on a pick 6 after a tip by Quan Martin, who seems to be their starting free. I'm gonna guess he's their starting free safety this year. You also have Will Harris, who is coming over from New Orleans. Essentially, that was Jeremy Chinn's spot, but now in Vegas, Will Harris will probably be that guy at the strong side. Jaden was looking for Ertz on the play. Ball gets tipped up, and we just talked about, right? Mike Sainristil forcing more interceptions, which is kind of funny, right? Now, this one, a little bit different because the ball was tipped before he got it. But again, I do think because he's close to the football, going to see a lot more opportunities at potential turnovers, which again, you put him in that situation, I'm all in. Now again, another big time play. Bobby Wagner just picked off Jaden Daniels over the middle. Was a great play by the Willie vet. Today is definitely a defensive day. Now, the past couple of days have been more offensive days. I believe, again, Corey Brooks has been dominating. We have to keep in mind, McLaurin's still not here. I mean, their focal point of their offense is not here right now. So to see that the defense is winning a practice, man, don't worry at all about it. The one thing you don't want to see is if the defense is winning every single day. If they win like 8 days in a row, then that's a telltale sign that, okay, maybe our offense is getting a little bit worse here. But when you factor in everything with missing the alpha wide receiver in the room, and also, you know, they're not winning every day, you're fine. I think that the offense will be fine. But good day by the defense. You do want to see your defense win. That is a good thing. The defense is creating turnovers. That's a good thing. Because, again, vice versa. If your offense is winning 8 days in a row, telltale sign that your defense is bad. So the one thing you really want to see during these practices is offense win 5 reps, defense wins 5 reps, the offense wins today, defense wins the next day, and then back and forth, back and forth. Kind of what you want to see. But we are going to end the video here unless Mitchell has any other things from practice today. We'll see. Looks like that's it, but I promise you, if you go follow him right now, there'll be a lot more footage, a lot more news and notes. So go follow him right now, hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you guys in part 3. Peace.